good roads. This time, these young ones from Bengaluru's Talagattapura have addressed a letter in style of a poem, respectfully calling Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, urging them to take care of this civic mess and fix the roads and the infrastructure issues in Bengaluru. I quickly go back to Harish, who brings us those breaking inputs. Harish, this letter, in fact, as one can see, is also highlighting that it is addressed to Prime Minister Modi as well, not just the state's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. In fact, these are children who are pleading for good roads. They are young ones from one of the areas in Bengaluru. They've addressed this letter in the style of a poem, respectfully calling Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Don't forget, the timing of this entire letter is also extremely significant, given that it's Prime Minister's birthday as well. And school children have now penned this letter to the Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah and Prime Minister Modi, urging them to take care of the civic mess in the IT city. This is when the entire city is now collapsing amid the heavy rainfall, the constant traffic jams, the number of potholes, and nothing is being done. As Harish was also highlighting that it's not just the Congress government. In fact, the previous governments like the BJP-JDS government also did not do anything to address the civic mess. Many have been talking about how money is allocated to the state of Karnataka, but nothing is done. And so now even children are flagging concerns with regards to this entire civic mess that's plaguing Bengaluru. As we also informed you earlier, big tech companies like Blackbuck are also leaving the IT corridor, like the Outer Ring Road, the ORR, which is known to be the hub of major big tech companies. And Blackbuck is now decided to relocate its offices, as Harish was also highlighting that we are moving out of ORR and in fact looking towards areas like North Bengaluru, which seem more viable as an option. Perhaps also because there is metro work that is happening at the ORR, which has not really been finished in terms of a deadline. Rohini Swami joins me on the phone line with those breaking inputs. So Rohini, take us through what is this poem all about? Also, the timing of this is so significant given that it's also addressed to Prime Minister Modi. Is this also an indication that there is complete loss of faith in the state government?
That's true, right? They think that now if their voices are not being heard for close to 2 years, where they've been telling the state government that there are potholes all over, and they've actually had, if you see those visuals, they've put potted plants around this major pothole in that area. That's the route that takes to school as well. And that time and again when they've been speaking, so it hasn't been heard. They've addressed their letter, or rather it's a poem that they've addressed to Modi Tata and Siddaramaiah Tata. And Tata is in grandpa in Kannada or in South Indian languages as well. And this very respectfully they're trying to say, hear our plea. Now, this is again a stark reminder of potholes and issues that are being talked about time and again, where across the city it is being ridden with potholes. Children are complaining, writing postcards, hundreds of them. And then you have also companies now who are saying that they're going to withdraw from one particular area and move to another area because the entire Outer Ring Road area is filled with potholes. The question remains that Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister is also the Bangalore City Minister. He says he's allocated 50 crores for 14 important assembly constituencies and 25 to the others as well, 25 crores to the others as well. Where is the work happening? Finally, it boils down to whether the money may be allocated. Are the contractors doing the job? And finally, even the patch-up work happens, went back to places where they said the patch had happened. In less than 24 to 40 hours, 48 hours, the rain comes, and the entire thing is again come back to craters. The question is, what kind of work are you delivering to the people?
Many thanks to you, Rohini, for bringing out all those latest inputs in that news story. I quickly go back to Harish. Harish, the other issue or the problem that's plaguing Bengaluru is also poor sanitation and waste management. Who is to take responsibility for it? Particularly when we look at markets, they are strewn with garbage. All it takes is one torrential downpour and the markets are strewn with garbage. The drains are clogged. And if you look at the problem, there's always this blame game going on between the vendors and the civic officials.
Well, Akanksha, right now, there is absolute chaos as far as civic administration in Bangalore is concerned. the solid waste is handled by a different company now called Bangalore Solid Waste. For Bangalore Solid Waste Management, there's a different entity that's been floated. For bigger projects, you have something called as B-Smile, although nobody's smiling about the kind of work that they're taking about. The other aspect is now we have divided the corporation, the BBMP, into multiple corporations. The GBA is in place. And most places, people don't even know who their commissioner is. We do not have an elected body for the last 5 years. A little over 5 years. In fact, Bangalore doesn't have elected municipal council at all. It's bureaucrats who are running the show here. It's ministers who are running the show here, no corporators at all. So it's all the more difficult for people to go out and reach out to the right people and ask them or hold them accountable. That's been the real problem of Bangalore, because the administration has completely collapsed. It's a one-man show of sorts now. It's just Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, who is the district in charge minister. But then remember, he has too much on his plate. He's a deputy chief minister. He has important portfolios with him. He also has to now ensure that he's also in a power tussle. That's a different matter. And Bangalore is huge. Can he look at the day-to-day problem of Bangalore? Can he, for example, go to Outer Ring Road and see if the solid waste is being taken care of, if there is dirt and muck on the road? Impossible to do that in a huge city like Bangalore, which has traffic issues. And you're looking at a man who has to handle the party. He's the KPCC president, who's also the deputy chief minister. And that's perhaps one of the main reason why we've seen largely lip service from politicians. And whether it's in this government or the previous one, unfortunately, successive governments have failed the city. And perhaps there is some sort of arrogance within the government that irrespective of how the infrastructure is, the investment keeps coming into Bangalore.
All right, many thanks.